We've been researching and testing different forms of user choice ads across YouTube, and what we find is that the performance from the advertiser perspective is orders of magnitude greater when you give the user the choice about what kind of content they want to view. And what we see happening online is that the boundary between advertising and entertainment becomes increasingly blurred. So we see users actively seeking out certain types of video advertising because they enjoy them, they find them informative, and they find them entertaining. And so the user choice format is really the result of extensive research that we have done and others in the industry have done that really validate the notion of improved ad performance for the advertiser when you give the user the choice and the control to decide on what it is that they spend their time looking at.
And can you just explain what that means in terms of the economics of the CPM versus cost per view, or how this might change the economics of advertising on YouTube?
It's a great question. It's a great question, and I think it will fundamentally shift the currency of advertising online away from a CPM model toward a CP view, or cost per view model. And I think that what will happen is that advertisers will start to demand that they only pay for ads that actually get seen. And so when you ask how it fundamentally changes the model, the user would be provided with potentially 3 ads. That's the model that we're currently putting out there, 3 ads, and they would choose between them. The advertiser would only pay for the ad when the viewer actually sees the selected ad. So starting to see a shift away from CPM-based or more traditional-based pricing to pricing that gives a much higher return to the advertiser because they're only paying for the users that actually see their ads. And we can control for that online. On television, you don't know that.
When might this be available to the industry?
We announced it today, along with a couple of other players in the industry who are announcing similar sorts of user choice models. It has been in beta for the last couple of months, and I think over the next quarter or two, we'll start to see some real traction with our advertisers.
And you guys talked about YouTube and the promoted videos. Tell us how that program is going.
Promoted videos is doing very, very well. And if you think about promoted videos on YouTube, it's essentially the YouTube analogy of a Google search ad. A promoted video is what gets shown to you when you search on a particular search word within YouTube. And I don't know if you're aware of it, but today YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world after Google.com. And so promoted video, in essence, was the pioneer, if you will, of user choice, because a user choice ad is essentially an ad that gets triggered by a search word and that the user chooses to see. So our early work around this whole concept of user choice was in fact informed by the promoted video template that we're using on YouTube for video search ads.
And it's becoming popular?
It's performing very, very well. We're seeing a lot of advertiser momentum. We don't break out revenue by product line, but I can tell you that it's one of our fastest growing display product revenue streams. So think for a minute about that mobile device in your pocket, right? It's not just a phone. In fact, as many of you know, it is a super powerful computer. And we think of it as having